underway now by going to Maine Road in the wake of football's biggest surprise of the week, the resignation of John Bond as Manchester City's manager on Thursday. Interesting to see not only how the team react, but also to gauge the reaction of the fans. What would their response be to Bond's departure? Well, obviously a small contingent believe he's not the only one who should go. City's opponents this afternoon were Spurs, reviving memories of a special occasion during the Bond era. The commentator is Martin Tyler.
The man who came between John Bond and a major trophy for Manchester City. Ricky Villar, of course, whose two memorable goals in the 1981 final replay took the FA Cup to Tottenham Hotspur at City's expense. It's the Spurs side that finished off last Saturday's Cup win over West Bromwich Albion. No Glenn Hoddle recovering from an ankle problem, but Tottenham believe that Hoddle, Tony Galvin and Mick Hazard will be back in contention by next weekend. The Bond influence on Manchester City hasn't all departed. Kevin Bond's first game for the club without the label of the manager's son. And notable also because today he starts a league game for the first time as a striker. John Benson's Manchester City team virtually picked itself, with Paul Power and Steve Kinsey joining Graham Baker on the injury list. It was just the formation that needed consideration. Bobby McDonald is recalled at left back, and there's a place in a wide role for Peter Bodak. A new chapter then in the life of Manchester City, who kick off attacking the goal to the left in the first half. Tottenham in the shirts of white. It's a windy, wintry afternoon. How will Manchester City respond to what has been an unsettled week here at Maine Road? And today's referee, Bert Newsom from Broseley in Shropshire. It's his last season on the Football League list. Here's Lacey for Tottenham. Ardiles, who Spurs feel can add a little bit more steel to their away performances. Hartford crosses and tracks forward, and the flag stays down this time. Clements is coming. Bodak is the City player involved. The goalkeeper made contact with the ball and damaged Peter Bodak in the process. Initially, as though Bodak was winning that race. Clements going in with perhaps greater determination. This is Ranson. Stewart trying to control things from a central midfield role. Ranson. But the cross didn't bypass Roberts when there were three players arriving at the far post. The Tottenham defenders had been drawn to the near side, and Tottenham have to make a substitution. Ardiles has gone off, and on comes Mark Falco, who scored the winning goal in this fixture last season. But Falco a striker, so some reorganisation perhaps for Spurs here, and concentration too, they would hope, at this corner. They see it again, defending well at the near post. Falco's first contribution, squeezing it forward for Brook. But Osvaldo Ardiles went down heavily in the early minutes of the game under a challenge from David Cross. Here's Perrin. Roberts. Off goes Gibson again. One of the features of Terry Gibson's play is his speed. Abbott finding space. And now Villar with Brook outside him. The angle is a little narrow. Brook was attempting to really drive the ball past Corrigan to the goalkeeper's right. Corrigan got a fingertip to it. Had a man over here, who was Gary Brook. Corrigan flicked it over the top. And this time, an easier save. Cross. One for Bodak to chase. Houghton always likely to be there in front of him. And happy that Tottenham get another goal kick. Reeves. Now Chewett. It's time at the end of this first half. A more purposeful move forward by Manchester City. And Reeves becomes the latest player to fall foul of a tactic that's rather dominated the first 45 minutes. First half, more about commitment than clear-cut chances, and it ends goalless. Tottenham then kick off for the second half. This amazing run away from home, of only 1 goal in their last 9 games in the First Division in away matches. Benson taking his seat back in the dugout. Villa. It's Brook breaking on the right. And Gibson! Terry Gibson looks and wonders. Certainly the closest we've come to a goal. Gary Brooks' cross on the run was beautifully executed. Gibson bundled it down and it came off Corrigan onto the post. Ransom conceded the corner. Mabbott, Tottenham won a penalty. Bobby McDonald, they felt, had nudged Mabbott down. The referee was on the other side of the area. Certainly there was no signal from the linesman on this side. Chewett. Now Cross can chase here. Clements hesitated. And Cross, how unlucky. Tottenham fans, I'm sure, will remember that David Cross put 4 goals past them when he was a West Ham player at White Hart Lane last season. Well, he was so close to the first goal of the game here. Well, they're calling for changes, not just in the manager's office. Bond and Hartford. It was cleanly hit. Fortunately for Clements, it came within reach. Asa Hartford with 3 goals in his last 4 games. And his response here was instantaneous as the ball dropped. Plenty of vocal support here for Spurs. It's the Manchester City fans who start to cheer now with Bodak, who was pulled down by Houghton. Now, what action will the referee take? It seemed a calculated attempt by Chris Houghton, who grabbed hold of Bodak and hauled him down. Escapes with nothing more than a free kick given against him. Bodak with the free kick. And that's Kate. And this is Reeves. Caton again. And McDonald goes in, it's the bar, and back into the arms of Clements. And Manchester City curse their ill fortune again. Caton played it in early, and Bobby McDonald, who's so brave in this type of situation, foiled by the bar. And the Goalkeeper using the ball well for Crooks. And here's Gibson. Reed brings him down. A clear penalty. And Nicky Reed was a little headstrong here. It was a rash challenge, and it flattened Terry Gibson. No question, although the referee was a long way away from the incident, but it was the right decision. Joe Corrigan is booked for protesting. "23 minutes into the second half, Gary Brook was entrusted with the penalty. The delay can't help Brook, but he drives it forcefully past Corrigan, and Tottenham are in front. He kept his nerve well here, did Brook, and the power beat Corrigan even though he got a hand to it. So a test here now of the purpose and the character of Manchester City. They haven't had the run of the ball in the early part of the second half. Roberts. Now Falco. This is Villa, and Brook had covered a lot of ground. Wanted to swing it in early, and it reached Falco, and Gibson was drawing the foot back, about to pull the trigger. Lacey, and Corrigan in trouble. Crooks, but the whistle's gone. It was Stewart who stopped it on the line. An infringement in the goal mouth. Ranson. Roberts wanted to let it run behind, but Bodak got the cross in. Well, you know it's not your day when from that type of range, as David Cross did then, you head the ball down and it bounces up over the bar. Mistake initially by Roberts, who was looking for a goal kick. Good reaction by Bodak, and Cross, they say try and get on top of your header, but he got too much on top of it. Now Brook, and perhaps an opportunity for Gibson to show his pace again. And Corrigan spread himself. Gibson chose to try and go round the goalkeeper, but he left Manchester City with his acceleration then. Important phase of Terry Gibson's career, this. His contract is up at the end of the season. Hartford. Now Reeves. He lost Roberts for a moment. Paul Bodak. Chances here for City, and Cross has missed another one. Tottenham reflect that they were wide open then. Reeves and Bodak linking up so well, and then Cross right in front of an open goal, couldn't hit the target. Gibson, who shows the accuracy in the finish that Manchester City haven't been able to provide. He's been an ever-increasing threat, Terry Gibson, in this second half, and he finished with great confidence, a striker in a rich vein. And Peter Swales, I think now, I'm sure, that the points are gone. Bodak. Driven in by Ranson and cross now. That seemed to hit the hand of Perryman. And he's pointed for the penalty. A fiercely driven cross by Ray Ranson. That went David cross and Perryman handled. Ray Clements, we've seen before, a little reluctant to get back on his line. A little bit of gamesmanship, but he faces another wily, experienced professional in Dennis Chewett, who beats the goalkeeper's dive, and City pull it back to 2-1. Clements gets the right way, but it was well struck. Just over 10 minutes left. And the prospect now of some finale. Spell producing 3 goals. Chewett. And the referee spotted after the ball had gone. Villa sent Chewett crashing to the ground, and Chewett was trying to say to the referee that Villa shouldn't be booked for it. And I think it was a plea in vain. A nice gesture on Chewett's part all the same. So, a free kick to City. McDonald and cross, and again against the bar and cross, and this one counts. He must have thought that it wouldn't be his day. City a level, but not before Cross had struck the woodwork yet again, and then dived in to get the killer touch. Tommy Caton with the first header, then McDonald, then Cross, and Clements a despairing lunge in vain. City's response to a 2-goal deficit is to score twice inside 3 minutes themselves. Brook. Villa away from Chewett, and here's Crooks. Corrigan got a hand to it, was fortunate perhaps that it didn't deflect to the Tottenham players, Falco and Brook, who were following it in. Brook's corner. And Corrigan has the ball knocked from his hands by Crooks. And Mr. Newsom feels that Crooks was trying to waste time. He's booked as well, the 5th booking of the game. Abbott won it well. Gibson couldn't quite link up with Crooks. Villiers. Good tackle by McDonald. And finding Bond. This is Stewart. For Bodak. City have 5 in the middle if Bodak can make progress. Newton again, make sure that he didn't. Hartford. Still Asa Hartford. Oh, with some conviction that it just took a deflection after he'd let fly. Tottenham had been less than diligent in their marking. Goal kick. Final whistle. Plenty for John Benson and Tony Book to rejoice on, really, in the second half after they'd seen their side go 2 goals down to Gary Brooks' penalty and a goal from Terry Gibson. But a splendid comeback with Dennis Stewart scoring from the spot for City, and then David Cross making it 2-2, 4 goals in a 13-minute spell. A final score at Maine Road, it's Manchester City 2, Tottenham Hotspur 2.
Yes, rattling good entertainment in the second half, City having to settle for a point. But they could have won it on the number of chances they created, some really terrible misses, the worst culprit being David Cross.
I did miss a couple of chances, which, well, 2 that I felt were marginally unlucky, and 1 that I really should have scored.
That was the side foot one?
Yes, the one that Peter Bodak pulled back. I really should have scored that. That was a bad miss. As I said, I just didn't think I was ever going to score. And even when Ray put the ball over for what was eventually the penalty, I got up well and I headed it down, and it hit somebody on the line, and I thought, oh Christ, you know, it really isn't my day. But we got the penalty from that, and that set us on the way, and I got my goal right at the end.
Well, then we can have a look at that goal now.
Yes, I didn't realise how it had built up, because it was pretty frenetic in the last 5 minutes or so. Kevin Bond heads it down, does he? Yeah, Bobby Mack's flick on. That hit the bar. Yes, it was sweet when that went in, I can tell you.
A great feeling of relief.
Yes, it was relief more than anything, because we'd gone 2-0 down. I asked the referee how long there was to go, and there was 8 minutes. So I thought, well, we're struggling a bit now. And the fans were magic. I mean, they never once got on our backs at all during the game, and even when we went 2-0 down, they still tried to lift us. And we got our penalty and we got our draw, so we were quite pleased in the dressing room afterwards.
Well, enjoying that game again, and with us in the studio tonight, City's caretaker manager, John Benson. Well, John, a few heart-stopping moments there. Were you satisfied with everything?
Yeah, it was really, Alton. I thought the players did exceptionally well today, and I think it was very important from what's happened in the week and our disaster last week against Brighton. I thought, and especially with the crowd, it was amazing, the people. I mean, it just shows the following this football club has got. I said 27,000 people nearly today, so it was absolutely, especially with the way the weather's been and what's happened, it's incredible.
Was it very different for you?
Yeah, it was really, because, I mean, I don't think it sunk into me till about 1 o'clock today, when we always have lunch around about that time, and suddenly it dawned on me.
Didn't take the chair then?
No, Elton, somebody's told me once in my life that you never sit in anybody else's chair.
Do you want the job permanently, John?
Well, I've said to the other people, Elton, the fact is the chairman saw me on Thursday and told me the position that he asked me to take over for the home game against Tottenham today, and then they would review the situation, and all I'm just doing is working from a day-to-day basis.
But do you want it?
Well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it, Elton.
I mean, John Bond has said in one of the papers today that he didn't think you were suitable in the long term, although in the short term he thought you were.
Well, again, I mean, John Bond's entitled to his opinion, but I know that if I am offered the job, I know what my answer will be.
Presumably, yes. Will you apply?
No, I won't apply for the job, Elton. I don't think this is a great big football club, and I think if they advertise the job, then obviously they're looking for somebody outside the football club, so I know that obviously they won't be considering me, but there's no way would I apply for the job.